Well, guys, we got them ducks loaded up. Went back over in Alabama today. Y'all, we made it here with the ducks. By the time I got ready to walk over and go check on crappie, they came up and said they'll come see you guys for a little bit. I was getting ready to put some more food down because, well, it appears that they cut through that food there like it was an income tax check or something. Let's get some more food out. Y'all, we're firing this camera up today. We've been having some questions on, you know, goats, why we chose goats, and what they do. So we got a little bit of errands that we got to run today, and we're gonna knock some stuff out. We'll take you guys with us and back, and then we'll jump right into, you know, why we chose old goats that crossed the creek. Let's go ahead and play the intro tune right there, and let's go ahead and get started, guys.
Goats are running on in. I guess it's about feeding time. Yes, it's about feeding time.
Y'all missed a showdown. I'm talking about these white pickens here. I'm talking about country and Maine. Y'all, Maria and I balled them up out there nonetheless. We're doing some early morning feed so we can get out and do some errand running today. Well, we like turkey having a good time, so we got these guys loaded up. Let's feed some of the others. All right, guys. We got her so silky. Got a little too cold on her last night. But hey, guess what he'll be? Pigs don't starve, guys. Pigs don't starve. Pigs don't starve. I decided to carry you with me on this early morning feed here. Because we got a lot of errands to run and such. We had to catch some of them pecans up you guys might have saw. Let's just throw the food down through there and see what happens. Whoa, let's check out how it looks in there. Everything's doing well. Turkey hens back there. We put her up for a while, just for a day or so, Tom can kind of get acquainted with the boundaries and such. But everything's looking well. The stove is doing good in there. Let's add some more water. Let's add a little more water. We'll just put some right up. I say we'll put in some of that old creek water. No, I ain't talking about that Chattanooga Hills, that Tennessee Hills creek water neither. Let's see. Well, looks like old Buff Orchid slowed down on it. Wait a minute. Looks like a Buff Orchid. Let's pull him out of there too. Guys, our pigs are gonna be great for the day. I'm talking about they're gonna have more chicken than I have for dinner. Let's feed these peacocks. Y'all, I never thought I'd have to say this, but we gotta stop here to feed the rabbits. There they are right there. And they're liking this day so far. Let's put them a little more down there. They might like a little more. They might want buffet today. Guys, y'all know what time it is. This here's Skylar's favorite part. Look like it's about time to slop them hogs, I'd say. Y'all, let's go over here and go. I'm talking about old school hog slopping here, boys. Let's see who got what. Well, old collard green said she like Buff Orchid. And zip code 33 say no, she ain't a fan of silky, she said. She said she'll pass on the silky. Well, y'all, we're getting rid of these ducks here. We gonna miss this old drape right here in the front. Miss Andrew, if you're watching this thing, here's the drape right here in the front. And I'm talking about, wait a minute now. That is what he said. Yeah? You said, it sounded like he said, he hoped wherever he's going, they better be Tennessee fans. Ooh. Well, guys, we got them ducks loaded up and such, but we were gonna get moving. But before we got headed too far, I needed to stop and say a happy retirement greeting sent to my Auntie Jackie. Well, yeah, we're still sitting on buckets and catching bass and calling them trout in honor of you. So a happy retirement there. happy birthday greeting to Branch out at the Coleman basketball complex. Y'all, that wind is whipping. I'm sure it's messing up with the audio here, but happy birthday to Branch as well. See if I can get that camera turned around. Also to the Reynolds family. We saw it was your son's 2nd birthday. We hope he's, well, if he's anything like Brandon, we know what he's doing. Happy birthday to you guys. Maria and I stopped in to visit. Well, there, look at old Glory waving up there. We stopped in to visit Ms. Moore here for a second. And we're trying to rush back before NFL Sunday football today, guys. And Maria don't seem like she's in no hurry. Speaking of sports, y'all, I need to take another second to stop and send out another birthday wish. Coach Hallman. Lance Hallman, if you're watching this thing, he was my middle school basketball coach. Not sure how much you fall across the creek, but we appreciate you watching this one. I guarantee this won't be your last episode. Check out some of those other videos. Happy birthday to you, Coach. Back over here in Athens, guys. We're on Hope Road back over in here. And Maria and I, we used to have an old single wide back over in here. And we used to get after it back then too. Speaking of Athens, another happy birthday message. We got to send out to Van Ho's Trey's dad. Van, if you're watching this thing, I don't know if you follow the old creek or not, but happy birthday to you. And Maria and I, we're coming up Hope Road. I don't know if we're going down Miller Road or not, but let's get these ducks dropped off. Y'all, we've made it here with the ducks. And I just want to say, I wish prices of gas was low and cotton was high. He's about like me. He said once he gets to cutting up, he can't help himself much nor neither. Let's go check on him. Woo. He said he don't need no checking on him. Get out. Yes, sir. Well, not for yous. This ain't about no chickens. Guys, obviously by the look of that, we've made it back home. I was gonna get right into what we've come here to talk about today, and that's the goat. But the chickens say, don't leave them out. They say, don't leave us out, by God. Y'all listen, just real quick, we're gonna go through just the top 5 reasons why any of you watching this thing should either have or consider adding goats to your homestead. First reason, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna try to act right through this whole process. First reason, guys, meat, of course. Goats make a huge part of any homestead because of, guys, they got pretty good meat on them. Guys, the meat on these goats here can be used for several different purposes. They taste good coming out that old crock pot here now and then. But if any of you's going through a struggle like we have, good thing about goat meat, you can bake it one day, fry the next. Woo. I edited that out, I'm sorry. But the goat meat, guys, the meat off these goats, guys, is tender, tastes good. I'm talking about delicious. We had boar goats starting on. We were into registered boar goats pretty heavy, but we elected to get out of that. And I'm gonna see if I can get these goats to follow me this way so we can get away from the noise, so I can talk a little bit to you wanting to watch this thing. Woo! Let's get them over here. Guys, the wind noise is giving me a hard time. As I was saying, guys, goat meat can be very unique, lean tasting, very healthy for you. Reason number 2, guys, for considering adding goats is the dairy side of it. You know, the milk off of them can be used for a bunch of different reasons and such. If you look at the black spotted one there, we added Nubian here. Along with these here, we added some Nigerian Dwarf for milking purposes as well. And we like to cross the pygmy into the Nigerian Dwarf for meat purposes, of course. But definitely adding milk and meat to your refrigerator is a plus with these guys. The third handy reason you guys will find interesting is hey, they're lawnmowers. If any of you's out there watching this thing and you got a pasture of your own at home, you know if you don't maintain that fence line and you don't maintain that grass, boy, you better just go ahead and just pack a lunch, because it's gonna be a full-time job trying to get that grass back down, guys. These goats here, they do a good job with keeping our fence rows clean, keeping everything edged up in the areas along the fence there. And they do a good job in grooming as a whole, whereas the cows come in and they kind of clean it up. Guys, the next best reason to have goats on your homestead is these little guys right here. The resale value on some of these little goats here, guys, they practically pay for themselves. If you're into regenerative farming, I'm talking about homesteading on a budget, goats are the way to go. They're not expensive to feed. The resale value on the offspring is a plus for us. You know, it kind of helps with feeding, that sort of thing. And meat and milk has definitely been a plus as well. But the last reason, and I'll say this and I won't hold you guys very long, but they make good pets, guys. These guys come up and meet you and greet you, and they just, you know, they make coming out here wanting to work on the homestead worthwhile. I just say that right there. Maria and I started off with registered boar goats, guys. I will tell you guys, the boar goats are a little more difficult to keep, you know, up and healthy and such. You know, their immune system is not as strong as some of these goats here. Some of our Nigerian dwarfs are still registered, so we didn't just get away from registered goats, but we did get away from the registered boar goats. And we went, you know, registered dairy. All in all, guys, the concept of keeping these goats healthy kind of remains the same. You want to kind of keep them warm, keep them on fresh food and water and such. Here at our homestead, we use 2 different varieties of warmer, so that we can make sure we're tackling both fields there. We only do it as needed, you know, based on the fecal. But overall, we enjoyed these guys, and I will say, if you're considering adding any kind of 4-legged grass-eating livestock to your homestead, goats are the way to go. They don't require much space. They don't need a full pasture to live or nothing like that. They do a good job in small areas and confined areas, but I will say they're kind of loud, y'all. They're kind of loud. I would encourage you guys to try it if it's something that you're kind of considering. Just make sure you get a healthy one and make sure you stay on top of the worming. Because I'm talking about when they go to get the scouring, it's time to worm them. Guys, that was a total joke. You definitely want to do all your deworming before any scours come into play. If you got scours, you got problems. As I mentioned, guys, we use 2 different spectrums of wormer here. We use the Safeguard and the Val Basin as a white wormer, and we use this Puron Sedectin here for cattle. Does a great job, guys. And the Sedectin can be expensive. I hear that a lot, but so can a dead goat. Guys, go ahead and bite down and buy the Sedectin. If you don't keep them healthy, you'll learn from your pockets. So all in all, guys, as a whole, that's gonna sum it up for the goat segment here. I know some of you kind of like to go through these how-tos and such on homesteading with the animals and the livestock and such, but you guys know what time it is now. I hate to kick you guys out of here, but I gotta drop some big baits down, y'all. It's time to get rigged up. Let's throw some big baits down and go fishing. We'll catch you on the next one.